Oh yeah, welcome back everybody. It is me, Flash Jones, barreling down the rails, right back at you. And in this one, we have another installment on the build series. And in this specific video, we're going to take a look at how to build the Walthers CornerStone single track through deck girder bridge. Okay, so with all that being said, go ahead and get yourself a nice cold beverage. Go ahead and get yourself a snack and enjoy the show. Okay, so here we go. So first things first, obviously you're gonna need your kit. That is the single track 70-foot through deck girder bridge, right? Also, you're gonna need yourself some sandpaper, some sort of glue that's good for gluing plastics. I would also recommend having a set of tweezers. They're not necessary, but they come in handy, and I will show you that later on in the video. Also, you may want to have yourself a nice sharp hobby knife. I'm using an Exacto blade. This has the gold edge on it, but any Exacto blade should get you through this build. And also some sort of flush cutters. I'm using the Zuron Track snips that you use for cutting your track. They work good here too. You don't need to have a nice fancy pair of snips unless you're pretty OCD about not having to use sandpaper. But I have the sandpaper there to sand off any of the flushings or the filings or off the sprues and whatnot. All right, good people, so looking at this kit, first thing that I did obviously was primed it. I want to get this primer down in areas that are not going to be accessible once this thing is partially built and fully built. I want to keep this thing from warping and changing shape later on down the line for good longevity. Next, got everything out of the box, and I'm starting to get pieces cut off that I know will be needed. Right here you can see some of the extra flash that's stuck on from the sprue. You want to sand that down and get that off, because it will definitely impact how certain pieces attach, like this one down the line. Looking right here at these girder pieces, you notice how on one side or another there are two rivets and it's a little skinnier, and on the other side it's one rivet. And also you notice on this piece in particular, that end plate right there, that flat portion, you want to make sure that that flat portion is towards the very end of each of the girder. When you lay that glue on that edge of the girder, that little flat end plate, you need to make sure that it's on the far extreme ends of the girder, not in the middle, because at the very end of the build, when you put the shoes on, those plates are what the shoes attach to. So make sure you're mindful of that, and make sure that you make sure that those are on the ends. Also, if I remember correctly, when I put these bottom girder strips on, I made sure that the side that had the two rivets on the skinnier side were facing the inside of the girder section. And just to clarify, just to make sure that we're all on the same page, what I'm doing here, this is all a part of step one, which is to make the two side girder assemblies, the top plate, end plate, and the corner pieces for the girder side girder assembly. This is all in step one. All right, good people, so right through here is where you want to stop, take your time, and do it right. So as you can see, my left side girder is angled in a little bit. That's wrong. You want to keep these side girders perpendicular at a 90-degree angle to your floor deck. Okay, so make sure you use a glue that will allow you time to make corrections, because if not, you're going to glue your floor deck to your side girder at like an acute angle, and you don't want that. You want it to be 100% 90 degrees. So again, notice that angle, but the glue that I use, I know I have a little bit amount of time to make adjustments and any corrections, and that's exactly what you see me doing here. Make sure I got this thing squared up at 90 degrees. All right, good people. So right here, we're talking about top plates. The top plate here that you see, take note of the rivets and their location. On the back side of that top plate are like some alignment pieces, if you will, some alignment strips on the back that just help you to align the top plate when putting it on the floor beam. Okay, so those rivets obviously face up. They help in aiding when gluing the knee braces in, and I will show you guys that here in a second. But those top plates, they go down if you're doing a specific style of bridge. If you're going with the deck version, I don't believe you need to put these down, but you need to read through the instructions to determine what style of bridge you want to do. Now, because I want to go with the version that has the not ballasted deck, I want to have the open deck. It requires these top plates. Okay, so and I made an error when making the first bridge. I will show you how to correct that at the end of this video. But if you're going to go with the open deck version, no ballast, this is a part that you need to pay attention to, because there are a couple different configurations that you can go forth with that will definitely impact the end result. Right here, I'm showing you what those top plates look like when they're glued properly in place. You notice those rivets again were facing up, and that they aligned right in line with the little grooves on the side of the side girder that allow these knee braces to attach correctly. All right, good people. So notice how the instructions say that you have two different style of bridge shoes, right? You got the small one, and right here you see me adding some glue to the larger version, right? I kind of went off and wanted to try something new. I tried it on the first bridge, and I liked the way that it looked. I felt that it gave me more definition to the foot, shoe, feet area of the bridge. And I like this look. I'll show you guys this here in a second, but I decided to go off and use both and combine them to give it a different type of look for bridge shoes. Take a look. After giving that just a little bit of time to set up, it's attached and holding well. Now it's time to just glue those shoes to the bridge. The smaller piece is what's glued to the bridge first. As you guys can see here, remember those end plates that we were talking about towards the beginning of the video? This is exactly why those end plates have to be on the extreme ends of the bridge. It's because the shoes attach there, okay? So again, when I built these shoes, I went the smaller version on top of the larger version. The larger version, which has more surface area, is what actually will be contacting the abutment or the bridge pier or whatever you're going to use to support the bridge. But I'll give you guys a view of that here in a moment. But at this point, Just want to get a little weight on it and get it setting up. So remember a few moments ago when I was talking about the error that I made when constructing the first bridge? The one you're seeing right now, this is the bridge that we just completed together here on camera, right? Notice those top plates are where they're supposed to be. Notice here on the second bridge, there are no top plates there at all, okay? This is where us as guys, when we get in these kits, we know how we are. We see the picture, we just go build the picture instead of fully reading. I did that. Yes, I did that. You have to read the instructions through and multiple times if you have to. Notice here when placing the deck for the tie section, you can see there's a difference. On top is the section that we just completed with the top plates, and on the bottom is a section that does not have those top plates. Notice there's much more of a gap. And also here in a moment, you're gonna see how much more easily it slides around. That's with the top plates, no slide, and then on the bottom, no top plates, much more slide. So if you're using the open deck, you absolutely need to use the top plates because they are there to help secure or at least reduce the movement in that deck section, and also gives you a much more mounting surface to mount when you glue the deck down to the bridge itself. All right, so right through here, I did use this caliper to try to get a good guesstimate measurement, if you will, to how much space it comes out to be in between the knee braces and the tie plates. It really comes out to be about 1.5 inches, 1.46, 1.47 inches is the area that is between the knee braces on either end of the side girders. If you're interested in the numbers aspect, but in physicality, all it comes out to is the area where the grooves are on the top plates. If you cut those ends off, maybe literally about another 32nd of an inch, which is literally about another hair or so, past those grooves for the knee braces, as you guys can see here. As soon as you cut those off, it fits right in between each one of those knee braces. You can see the end with a little bit more past the groove that gets cut off. It fits just perfectly right in between. Now you may need to do a little play once you try to test fit it. I would definitely test fit before you lay your glue down. That way it fits snugly between the two knee braces. And after a little bit of modification, side note, you can see the shoes right there, but after a little bit of modification, you can see that those now modified top braces that are roughly 1.5 inches fit nice and snugly on the deck, the floor deck between the two knee braces. So if you make the mistake that I made, don't fret. It's okay. We can fix it, and this is the fix. All right, good people. So as we begin to wrap up the video, there's one thing that I wanted to kind of gloss over right quick with you guys, and that is on both the 70, which is on the left, and the 90, which is on the right, you do have the ability to make this into a double track through deck girder bridge. Okay, so currently you see it in the background as four separate bridges, 270s and 290s. Well, with this piece, part number 14, you have the ability to make your single track bridges into a double track bridge. They do not sell this as a double track bridge kit. You have to buy two separate individual kits, whether it be the 70-foot version or the 90-foot version, and then you have to use parts from both kits to assemble the then one bridge. Okay, so obviously, as you see, I went with the option to go with the open deck, but specifically the two separate bridges, because as you guys will see in an update on the layout, I'm going to be doing something kind of different, and having it as a double track would actually not be possible, essentially, with what I'm visioning for the layout. But anyways, you see this piece, part number 14, it has grooves on both sides. Okay, it has grooves on both sides that will enable you to essentially put the knee braces and the top plates and the floor deck, attach it to this part number 14. So on both sides, you have those grooves for both the floor brace, the floor brace, and the knee brace, the floor deck rather, and the knee brace. It attaches to this part number 14, and by doing that, you then attach both of the remaining pieces of the side girder assembly. Also, when looking at that, the bridge, the side of that side girder, the two main pieces, they don't have those grooves on the side. Only part 14 does. So you absolutely have to use part 14 if you're gonna make it into a double track bridge. Also, might I add, is the same exact process. The same exact process for if you're doing the 90 foot. And there's the same exact part number as well. So again, notice how this side girder that you're seeing, it does not have any grooves on the outside, but they're only on the inside. Okay, the outside of the girder does not have those grooves. Only part 14 does. So as you see the middle of the bridge right now, the center area, replace those two pieces with just one, which would be part 14, and you've just created a double track bridge. But again, follow the instructions and you should be able to make it to your heart's desire. People, that's it. This is the fully completed, fully assembled, primed, and painted 70-foot bridge. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. Final thoughts on the build on this 70-foot bridge is that though this bridge is not hard to build, if you can navigate the instructions and make it through that, then you can put together a pretty good looking bridge. Okay. I did speak with Keith at Walthers here a couple weeks ago. They are making some edits to the instruction manual to get it to be a little bit more clear, make it more understanding. He did agree that the instructions are a bit sporadic and they do hop around, skip around quite a bit. They are looking to make some edits, but obviously with them making edits to the PDF, if you do download it, it will be a little bit more clear. This is what the instructions look like. When I put together this bridge, the PDF may be different, but obviously the instruction sheets that are within the kits that are still on shelves will not be edited because, well, they're still on the shelf somewhere. So be mindful of that, and hopefully you can put together a good bridge. And that's that, good people. I hope you guys did enjoy the build on this Walthers CornerStone 70-foot single track through deck girder bridge. This was 2 of 11 of the bridges that I had to build. As you guys can see, this is a little teaser of the bridge that I built. You guys will be seeing the build of these videos coming here very shortly. We'll just see as they come out. But I hope you guys did enjoy this. Again, please help me help you. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to drop a comment, and let's spread the love of model railroading to everybody so that they can get a taste of what we know to be the world's greatest hobby. That's right, everybody. And one way to do that is to head on over to Instagram at FlashJonesTrains. Follow me there for a couple extra sneak peeks, little knickknacks, and all the other goodies therein. So until next time, everybody, be blessed, stay safe, and of course, keep it on the rails. Okay, I'm out. Peace.